Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode 190. Getting terrifically close to that 200 mark. That's getting dangerous. I am your host, Apple Cider. Hello. How are you?
Hi, Cider.
How are you?
You know what? I'm full. I just had some pizza. It's been.
It was a great pre-show event.
Yeah, it was. Anyone that was watching the pre-show video that you can catch over on YouTube will watch me devour 2 slices of pizza in about 3 minutes. So, it's a fantastic watch.
You're training. You know, you really got to get to the end of that 1 minute.
I got to get the carbs ready because I'm going I'm really trying to push myself to I don't know, eat fast or just eat a lot of pizza. There's no real goal in mind.
No, you're going to go stay in a van down by a river somewhere next to an abandoned summer camp where college students are going to have sex, and so you might be caught up in a horror movie.
This is true. This is true. At the weekend of Nightmare Nights, which is a great convention you should go to in Dallas, I will unfortunately not be attending, but I will be. Starry and I have decided that we're going to go camping that weekend, and so we're going to go down near Santa Cruz, and we're like, oh hey, here's some people that converted an old school bus into a place to camp for the night. Okay. Which then led to
Wasn't that the whole story of Into the Wild and he died at the end?
Sure.
Yeah, he got eaten by a bear. Bears aren't your friends. Just as long as you take that lesson to heart, you'll be okay.
I will not befriend a bear. Unless he starts talking, then maybe.
Hey there, Apple Cider. You've got yourself picnic basket.
So what do you have against hairy gay guys?
Oh, hey there, Apple Cider. I think you've got a problem. Don't you like my leather harness? It's a fashionable statement.
Oh, I don't know if we should have come out with the harness.
Didn't we do this whole thing where Yogi Bear was like Fluttershy's father or something like a long time ago?
Hey, Fluttershy.
And then freaking it became like Boo was his life partner.
Likely. It seems like something we would do.
Yeah,
we are the worst.
A whole segment on our show.
Weird. Stuff happens on our show. I don't tend to remember it. But yes, welcome to the show. This is occasionally a My Little Pony podcast, but we like to talk about all sorts of other things too. I am Apple Cider. Chef Sandy's here.
Yo.
Alpha's here.
I am here.
5 Iron's here as well.
Good evening.
And then there's a scope guy. How are we all this week? Sandy, you came back from Animu.
I did indeed. I went down to Anime Fest for the second day.
By the river.
Yep. It's a con downtown Dallas by the river, relatively by the river, relative to my location. It is closer to the Trinity River than I am. No, I took the train. So it is a 501c3 big anime con, about 10,000 people at the Hilton downtown. It's a great, I say little con. It's the smallest of the anime cons I've attended this year. The other ones being A-Con at 30,000 and San Japan at 20. This one being only 10,000. It was not that crowded. Got a lot of cosplay photos. Was able to leave my flyers at their designated table, and also I have some at the A-Con table since our corporate overlords are old enough to have a table and we aren't. Anime Fest has a curious policy of cons having to be at least 4 years old before they will grant a table to an event. Basically, they were having a lot of flash-in-the-pan cons come in, get tables, and then basically faff off by they would get the free badges and then go to the con and not actually promote their cons. So, thanks to fraudsters, it's made it harder for me to market there. But since we're owned by the corporate behemoth that is Phoenix Entertainment, and they have a con table for A-Con, I have my flyers there in the vendor hall too.
I remember when Anime Fest was the little indie con. I think I was like at one of the first ones.
Both.
It was like super underground.
Anime Fest and A-Con were started in the same year.
Really?
Yeah. They're identical in age, though I think A-Con started slightly earlier. I could be wrong. And primary difference is A-Con is for-profit, whereas Anime Fest is not. But they're both
It
big,
always seemed
huge,
like it was
fun
like
events.
a smaller indie one.
I don't know about that, but it's well run, and I had fun at the panels I went to, and the several of the people that know me locally were like, "Oh, hey, Sandy, how's it going? Hey." So
You got to wear a horrific mask, which you're showing to those of us on the stream and on YouTube.
yeah, actually, I didn't wear that. I just put it on at the costume shop and took the photo to horrify my friends.
Successfully,
Yeah, it's a great icon,
it's
and what's nice is that the people on stream can't actually see it, so they
Oh,
just
that's
see me
true.
talking on screen because XSplit's using my camera and not Skype.
True. So now somebody needs to screen cap the image and put it on stream up so that they can be infected with the horrors as well. Ah, there you go. Thanks. You can.
Yeah.
Oh,
Am I kawaii?
you are prone to you are primed to either rob a bank or do a lot of bad. I'll just put it there.
Yeah, but it was fun. And I could still go down on the train tomorrow. I mean, it's actually a 4-day con. They have stuff till like noon on Monday, but I'm not that crazy.
This is big con weekend. Like this is
yeah.
PAX and well,
Oh,
wait,
PAX is this weekend too?
I think
Damn.
actually that was
Yeah,
last
or
week.
was last week.
Okay,
last
yeah,
weekend
PAX
was
was last
PAX.
week.
Because
Yeah.
I think they had to move around. But Dragon Con's this weekend. Then
In
you, of course,
Atlanta.
got Equestria LA.
In LA.
It's happening. You had that convention. I feel like this is like the big convention weekend
Yep.
besides, like...
It's Labor Day, of course it is.
Yeah.
Anime Fest, and then Method Fur Meet in northern Mississippi, and I'm sure a number of other cons too.
I remember when MFM was in friggin' Tennessee.
Well, it's basically down the road it's like
Yeah.
5 miles south out of Stabtown, and in technically northern Mississippi.
Yeah, it used to be one of like the original ones, and then it started shrinking just because it's like, why do we want to go to Memphis?
They're a stagnant event.
Their attendance has shrunk, and pretty much everybody that was like, "Man, I'm gonna go to MFM," was like, "Why? It's like a 5-hour drive." They're like, the ribs are really good. I'm like, that seems like a bad reason.
I just
Yeah.
asked a question that I just asked a question on Twitter that I know will be no or not answered at all.
What was that?
I asked William Shatter if he wants to come on a podcast.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'll be busy until
William
September.
Shatner.
Hey, hey, Scope, you know,
your
your
My Little Pony podcast.
your audacity has gotten us this far, so
Yeah.
you're doing
Really?
all right.
Yeah, you got Foz getting a nook. I mean,
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, yeah, we're getting folks. So
once he answered his damn email.
expect more fun in this road to Nightmare Nights that we're
Yep.
doing with our,
Especially who we have lined up in the next coming weeks.
yeah, and maybe even today, depending if we, who knows? Maybe he goes to Nightmare Nights. We don't know.
Some guy will maybe have a special announcement for you, our viewers and listeners.
On the show.
So, I thought he was already announced.
Shh, quiet. No, Scope. It's a secret. Shh.
Oh.
Exclusives.
No,
I still want to call this Oktoberfest.
he hasn't been announced yet, but we're announcing him here. So
Oh,
Yeah.
you get a Bronyville exclusive. Ooh.
that's what I
yeah.
wanted to do with the next couple guests.
Well, they've been
Well, one of
announced.
them anyway.
Well, anyways, so
Well, now we just given up that all the next few guests are too, Scope. You're
Well,
ruining
it gives 'em-
all
it
the
gives 'em-
surprises.
Well, I didn't tell them who they were. They just something to look forward to.
yes,
Keeps
you do
them in
indeed.
suspense.
Ah,
To Nightmare Nights. I keep wanting to say Road to Everfree, but it's Road to Nightmare Nights.
yes.
One of them's already been announced anyway, so yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's do this. We have some great news ahead of us. We are 1 week away from the return of Fresh Horse.
Yes,
Oh.
Ooh, yay.
we only have to survive one more week, and then we'll have some fresh cartoon horse to just mainline right into our veins.
Just
And it's even best horse. We got
Pretty basic.
2 rarity episodes in a row.
That's not Best Horse at all.
I think we'll just have to
Terrible.
disagree there, AC and Scope and everybody else who says rarity is not best horse.
She isn't. She's the worst.
She's
Now-
best main six.
now-
I would
come
say
on.
Applejack.
No, you want to say who's the
Applejack
worst?
is-
It's Pinkie Pie. Applejack's pretty
I would-
good.
Well, I would say Applejack, but she's the
You know
most
what-
back.
And then
one.
Five Iron's
I would
like,
just like to
oh,
say-
son.
In the 5 years that this show has been out now, we're still doing the same goddamn conversation.
Oh. Five Iron's got his knife.
Yeah,
Let me grab mine.
I just want to say that Fluttershy's worst pun.
I just want to headbutt her.
Why would you do that?
Because it'd be fun.
So anyways, yes, we are 1 week away from Fresh Cartoon Horse. It is exciting.
Yep. So let me do first our stuff. This is of course Brony Show podcast, Brony Show, or Bronyville podcast. We've moved around the dock a little bit, which you can find over at BronyShow.com and BronyvillePodcast.com. Anything that we talk about, any of the news, our guest, the later one cool thing that we have, you can find over there if you want to follow along with the show. If you want to email us, and we actually have an email section to the show now. So if you actually do email us, we're going to reply and talk about your stuff on the email segment. As long as
every couple, like 5 or 6 shows. Anyway.
No, or if we get more. So Bronyville@gmail.com, send them across over there. We'll do it. If you are on the go, if you want to catch us, we are on the Ponyville Live homepage and also on their apps, their desktops, their iPhones, their Androids. So you can do that with Ponyville FM.
All
Sandy,
the
there's something about this Nightmare Nights thing that we're plugging.
Yeah, well, you can always use the coupon code Bronyville10 and save 10% on your order. Make sure the B is lowercase, because for some reason it's finicky that way. But yes, we have 3 more guests, actually technically 4 guest announcements to be dropped in the next 3 weeks. One of them being this week. So get hyped, kids.
No.
Hippity hypity.
48 days.
It's not 2 weeks. But...
Thank God. I still have work to do.
Yes, he's already had one nightmare that it was the day of.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just glad my hotel room stuff got straightened out.
Yeah, well... Let's just... I've already had my one con nightmare. Let's hope I don't need any more.
Yeah,
so, yes.
No more floods.
Yeah, our basement in Texas, where we don't have basements. Because
haven't you ever seen Pee-wee? Pee-wee's Big Adventure? There are no basements.
There are no basements at the Alamo.
The stars at night are big and bright. Good.
It's a reaction for Texans.
Yeah, it's like you must clap deep in the heart of Texas.
Frank Roger Rabbit, where they knock on the wall.
Yeah.
Achieving a haircut. Yeah.
That's the benefit, is you always know that you can stop the Texans ever from succeeding, because the moment that they stand at the border with their guns, you just sing that and they have to clap.
And then they drop their guns. Oh
no!
No!
They figured us out. All right, well, let's move forward. We got news here. We have some hot, fresh news. The hottest and freshest news.
Freshness. It looks like Babcock has just got Mr. JDL, John Delancey, for next year.
You're all speaking English. Why don't we just say John Delancey?
Because JDL's cooler to say.
John the.
I said duh, not.
So.
I said
wait, hurry, don't say it like John the Lancey, because he sounds like a Sonic character then.
What's a Lancey? Oh, it's an OC race that I created. It's like a hedgehog and echidnas had kids, and so he has the knuckles and he's really fast and he can glide and John Delancey.
I want somebody to draw that. Make up a fake race called the Lanceys. Make John the Lancey. just give it to him. Just be like, can you sign this?
No, I cannot.
What is this abomination? I do Shakespeare. God damn it.
That sounds like something like Patrick Stewart would say.
Patrick Stewart wouldn't approve either.
Patrick Stewart would be all about it. He'd be like, oh, yeah, look at this. It's a cute furry animal.
And then I will kiss you.
Riker, come here. Look at this animal that I am. Isn't it fetching?
You're thinking about his role in American Dad, not him.
You know what? I'm fine with that. Patrick Stewart can be whatever version of himself. I'll even take the.
The Jeffrey one.
I'll take that one. I'll take the. I like the.
It look like a gay superhero.
Yes.
That's a great movie.
I like the West version in I'm trying to remember Family Guy when he plays the mayor.
Oh, Adam West.
Adam West, yeah. I like his version of himself in that.
Oh God, yeah, he's fantastic.
Anyway, we got news that BabsCon has John the Lancey.
The Lancey, yes.
God,
That's not going away.
I need to someone contact Tetra.
We did.
Send out a bat signal to Tetra that we need
Luna. Luna.
My, all of these Luna plushes sure did show up here.
Man, now let's use them as kindling.
No, you cannot hurt the Luna.
No.
I will toast your ass.
Alright, so next.
Oh yeah, that's creepy as hell.
This is your part.
Oh no, I don't like this at all. I watched this earlier and was going, what is this?
The Equestria Girls Friendship Game stop motion ad, aka what the hell? Robot
they
Chicken.
ran out of short ideas.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, for the past 6 weeks, you give you some fantastic shorts and now
For entertainment purposes only, it says at the bottom there. I'm not going to play this because I don't want to get content ID'd. But yeah, it is a 15-second commercial where the dolls are using their limited articulation to stomp and flip and...
You're alive.
Yeah.
Are you entertained?
No.
Are you not entertained?
I am not. In fact, I'm rather disturbed by these developments.
Also, look at this timer. 6 days, 4 hours, 26 minutes, 54 seconds. Oh, snap.
It better have a 24 style countdown.
Beep. Beep.
Beep. Oh,
They include the beep every second.
Yeah, you get on EQD, and every time you're on, you just hear the beeping of the timer. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Folks would be adding no script like nobody's business, but it's still fantastic.
You just ad block the heck out of it. No!
Yeah.
So we do have something kind of related to that, which we do need to add in here, which was the Equestria Girls 10-minute video that popped up.
We discussed that last week.
Did
you actually watch it, AC? I didn't.
Oh God, I'm not. I'm like I'm.
Oh no!
I am in the mode. I am in the like pre. It feels weird to be like, no, I don't want to. I want to save myself for the friendship games.
You have to save yourself for marriage to your waifu.
I need to.
Yeah, that's not happening anymore.
Do you want to know how bad it is? I went to the video for the 10-minute spoiler and looked through the comments and said, "Oh, Sunset has a really cute smile at this point." And I went, "Okay, click, pause,
Done.
Screenshot, and make icon." I was like, "Yes."
See, she does have a cute smile. Okay, don't want to look anymore. Gotta say, be unsullied.
No. That's fine. That's fine.
Did you listen to the song?
I didn't listen to the song. I'm keeping everything.
You're keeping pure.
I'm
pure.
staying.
For magic more than once.
I still want it to be. I still want it to be new to me. Damn it.
I'm gonna watch this for again, you got a couple weeks anyway, so.
Yep. It's 3 weeks, I believe.
Yep.
3 weeks.
Yes.
All right. So there's that. So Equestria LA is going on this weekend, and some dude totally pirate videoed that stuff. So Lauren Faust and Bonnie Zachary, the original MLP creator, did a panel together, and lots of feels were had apparently, and they were like, "Oh, we don't record things." And so there is some YouTube cam video of the 15-minute panel by some dude that has 36 subs and will have ninjas at his house pretty shortly, I guess.
This is why you don't taunt the fandom.
Nacho pizza.
Say
I think it's
things
like,
if you're not here, you're missing out.
I mean, they showed pictures of it, and it was they had like cameras like up.
Yeah, there's
visible.
like cameras invisible, but this is some dude's like shaky cam, like the dude was holding it. They didn't even bother to apply stabilization. I mean, come on, dude. Step it up.
So,
It's like a
were they
basic
telling-
feature in like iMovie.
I don't know.
So-
YouTube
were they
probably
really
was
planning
like,
to
"Yo,
sell
this is
the-
shaky. Can we fix it?" And he said no. Then again,
So what-
YouTube's video smoothing is awful.
So what is what was had inside of there? Was there many feelings? Was there?
Well, Bonnie signed Lauren's G1 pony.
Yep.
Did
Okay.
Lauren admit that she was like, I was going to put all my ponies in storage, but not anymore?
And then Lauren got up and RKO'd Bonnie through the table.
Thank God.
Her great heel turn has begun.
Yep. She's
Then-
taking
then-
the show back.
It's like, but you should have RKO'd like Megan. No.
Megan wasn't there, so I had to goof.
Yeah,
Just
see-
It's like taking out Vince McMahon now, but it's like, yeah, but
But Triple H is the one in charge. Apparently.
oh well. There
You
is-
should just RKO Vince McMahon just for old
You
time's
should.
sake.
just in passing, just be
Yeah.
like,
he just wanders into the convention and then just gets RKO'd for no reason whatsoever.
Austin!
It's me, Austin!
It was me all along.
They're just going like, what's going on here?
Oh man!
They're like, you're referencing wrestling storylines from like 10 years ago.
APA, dang it,
Oh man.
acolytes.
So-
God, that's the worst.
That is cool though that, for them trying to be so tight-lipped, it's like, oh look, it's the original creators of G1, G4, and they're talking. And there wasn't going to be video, but nope, there's totally video, and you can't stop it.
It's funny that friggin' Bonnie lives about 20 minutes south of where I live.
We have talked about getting Bonnie on the show at some point, Scope.
Well, I can't. I'm not going to drive down to Warrenton, Virginia, and figure out where she lives just to knock a.
I'm not saying you have to do it at her house. I'm just
It'll
saying.
help. You know,
I just take her. I just take her to Sheets or something and give her a sub and say, "Hey, want to come on? Want to come on podcast?"
Yeah, get her
Be fun.
that hot Two Fat Butchers discount we have.
She might actually know about it.
See,
I don't know
We-
if gas station food is incentive enough.
we can.
You ever been to
Okay, we'll go
Sheetz
to
or
Wawa because that's better.
Yeah,
Wawa.
God,
we
Wawa's
will go to
again.
Wawa.
Could
I
you
love Wawa.
just deliver some of our, obviously we're getting the cut from the great production of all this Two Fat Butchers stuff.
Yeah, man.
He's putting
The
t-shirts.
amount of meat that Scope is getting on a weekly basis from them from this is kind of crazy. I mean, normally I wouldn't get such a one-sided sort of deal, but man, apparently, Scope loves their meat.
I
He
do, man.
just-
I make the best chili with their delicious meat.
What's really good right now over there at Two Fat Butchers?
I don't know. I haven't been there in 3 or 4 weeks. So
What is really good the last time you were over at Two Fat Butchers?
Oh, their spicy Italian sausage. Oh,
Dang
Should I
straight.
start promoting my own local butcher? And
You
it's just
could.
going to be a
the only
competing
reason why I
butchers.
like to do mine is because the website is still ridiculous.
Yep.
It was just the joke of it. Now it's just becoming a running joke.
Yep,
It
we are going to run this into the ground. So, New York Comic Con, it's released its 2015 Pony Panel schedule. I'm going to rest this back onto the tracks before our guest shows up and wonders what the devil's going on.
Ooh,
Never trust a skinny butcher.
Yep, New York Comic Con's 34 days away. That's great. So, on October 8th, they've got IDW and Top Shelf. They're talking about the new comics and stuff that are coming out in the next year. Their continuations and probably what new licensees or any continuations. Pony continues to be a big deal for them, and so they're probably not going to stop that train anytime soon. They have a Drawing My Little Pony panel with Tony Fleeks and Agnes Grabowska, which is a kids one. Friendship, magic, and of course ponies. No actual magic we perform. Mostly it's just drawing. Well, okay. There's a drawing workshop with Andy Price. And they're like, yeah, hey, it's ponies. Cool. Then basic drawing with Tom Zahler. Who's also My Little Pony and Love with Capes. Drawing in My Little Pony character. So that's like 3 different, hey, we're going to draw ponies, right? How to Draw with Katie Cook. Pony Star Wars Gronk. Where she'll take kids' suggestions and teach everyone how to at least draw things, all things adorable, blah, blah, blah. Drawing ponies and bringing them to life. How many draw
me up
cartoon
inside.
horses panels are there? There's a drawing class, cover artist for Pony Sarah Richard to show you how to draw a pony. IDW Kids Comics and more. Let's see, what's new in 2016? Pony, Disney, Angry Birds, TMNT, Transformers, Skylanders, and more. Okay, they're not going to draw any ponies on this panel. I'm disappointed. Every
Are there
pony...
any panels where they will draw ponies?
Apparently, as in, let's see, one, like, not that one, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, 6! 6 pony panels, aka how to draw cartoon horses.
Draw
I
pony for me.
And see, and this one's My Little Pony Drawing Workshop with Deanna Leto, calling all bronies! Woo!
They've invited us.
So, actually, she's a new
They weren't
artist.
going to be at the other 5.
Yeah. So there's 6 pony drawing panels at New York Comic Con with various artists who work on the comics. So that's kind of cool.
Oddly
The
enough,
actual
they're only. I was saying, oddly enough, they're only doing 1 pony per, so they have to get the whole main 6. While
yeah,
they
that's
go.
right. I said okay. So in this case, Tony Fleece is going to draw Fluttershy, and Agnes Gabrowska is only going to be able to draw. No, she doesn't get to draw anything because they only get to draw 1 pony. Andy Price will draw Luna. Tom Zahler can draw Flash Sentry. It'll be like, you know, just random ponies. Like, yeah, we're going to draw Octavia here. But what about Twilight Sparkle? Who?
You mean the one that's been dead for 2 seasons? No.
Yeah. Let's see. Then.
I'm going to derail the show right now.
Do it.
Oh.
All right. Cool.
Well, nobody died, but Apple Cider's nemesis Dynamite Ray just had a baby.
All right. That's cool.
Yeah.
So there's a Lyra Bond book coming.
Yeah, Lyra Bond book, apparently. So,
There'll be
some
lesbians in there.
individual put
Oh,
out a
that's not-
4-minute bait video. Is Rainbow Dash a lesbian? You can't prove it one way or the other. It's a cartoon for little girls.
Yes,
And so there's a book, official Lyra Bond book coming. And it's there's no details. It's got an ISBN. It's got a publisher. It's juvenile fiction, 160 pages, 478 comments of weaponized dumb. Jesus
that link is
H.
gone.
Christ. Hopefully this will be the final nail in this unfortunate shipping coffin. 112 replies. This is why you don't read the Equestria Daily comments. If there was some sort of Chrome add-on to just turn Equestria Daily's comments into herpa-derpa-derka-der, you'd be okay. Look at
Is
this.
this written by that King guy?
No, I don't know. It's a bunch of
Surprisingly not.
it's a bunch of people posting basically just huge amounts of shit posting. I'm impressed.
That particular, like, each time I click that link, it's coming up to nothing.
Then you've been
And
blessed.
if you've been blessed. In any event, someone's like, so long as they're not in a relationship. No, they're not gonna make a lesbian kids book. I mean, come on. That'd be interesting if they did. But Lyra and Bon, they're just gonna make a book where they're characters. They know they're popular characters, and they're anything they do with the characters, people are gonna interpret one way or the other. And you can't put the nail in that coffin because they've been writing pony shipping for the last 5 years. For goodness sake, people, stop. 478 comments! You monsters! You blew it up!
You're getting a little too into this, dude. Just leave it alone.
I'm just like, there's a book, it might come out, it has no information. Yeah.
I don't think our guest is coming on because it's 10:45 now.
We'll figure it out. We'll see. We can buzz them. If not, we can chat. We can. Have
Yeah,
a
we
nice
can
little chat.
always just shitpost.
Yep. Hey, there's a mark for you there, 5 Iron.
Oh,
Quack.
whatever. So, and the last thing ever is some cute hamster got attacked by fox.
What?
News, or-
Armageddon.
Oh yes, this thing.
Fringe Hasbro News. Fox anchor Harris Faulkner sues Hasbro over look-alike in Littlest Pet Shop.
They don't look like it all.
But they act alike because
Oh.
she's really terrible, and so is she.
Well, I mean, she is on Littlest Pet Shop, so she's by nature kind of terrible anyway. The toys are kind of terrible. And she works for Fox, which is pretty terrible. But the fact that Hasbro willfully and wrongfully appropriated Faulkner's unique and valuable name and distinctive persona for its own financial gain. Well, unless this woman sleeps in her own crap and sawdust and chews her way through toilet paper tubes, I think that...
It's because I guess they have the same name. Which is a really strange name, too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's also I
know the
think
Faulkners.
that one the character was on the show as a news personality, but I don't know any of the context. And
Was she?
I
I
don't care either.
I believe so. And
Well-
two, this is actually the second time that Hasbro has gotten into trouble.
Yeah,
with the
because
Littlest Pet Shop
there was the lizard and some dude named Vinny or whatever.
said that he stole his dance moves.
It's a cartoon lizard wiggling
Show me
his
your
hips.
moves.
There are some people that really I question.
They're Republicans.
I question so much.
They really grind your gears.
I suppose it's just dumb. Hey,
Russell, my Jimmy's.
I'm gonna sue these people because this lizard wiggles his hips suggestively. He's turning our kids gay, or something.
Oh, it's
This
Footloose
hamster,
all over
this
again.
hamster looks nothing at all like me. I'm an adult African American female with brown eyes and dark hair, and this is a cream-colored hamster with brown hair and blue eyes, and a butterfly growing out of my skull.
And you know
Also
that they're just
quadruped,
gonna-
and
you
the
know
size
they're-
of your fist.
They're just
Calm
gonna
down.
settle everything out of court just to be like, whatever. Here's some money.
It's shut
We'll
up,
make it
go away money.
Yeah, shut up and go away.
Yeah, it's like Hasbro's like, I can crap out the amount of money you're asking for here, fine, whatever. And what's funny is I saw something on like eBay. The package of the toy that has the hamster in it is selling for more than that woman's autograph.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's dumb. And it is the fringiest of fringe news. But let's see if our illustrious guest is around and we can talk.
He hasn't responded on Skype or anything. Maybe get
Well,
him-
we still got more news that we can go through, like this SFM creation of a true friend.
Yeah, actually,
Ah,
I haven't
yeah.
seen that yet. So,
You should watch it then.
yeah, they did a full recreation in SFM, and they released the objects, and also an SFM move. They've updated the TMC as well as Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, so you can make I don't know, Apple Bloom beat the crap out of Diamond Tiara in really good looking SFM models. I
We've
don't know.
already seen one of those. We've already seen in the anthology.
I haven't seen that one yet.
This is probably my second favorite anthology.
It's
Okay.
really good. They
It's
did
a good
job.
anthology.
I have not
Not as
taken
good
the
as the
time
other
to
ones.
do it. I may do that later tonight.
The first anthology is always the best, but that Rick and Morty skit
Screw
was
my
the best.
house.
That one was good. The Rick and Morty skit was really good. Does that look
I
normal?
like the,
I've seen people do that.
Really? You should go see it.
Yeah.
The new anthology is good horse.
There's one of the shorts I posted in the stream of chat. So
Do that. All right. 251 pony object models for Source Engine release from the True Friend. All right, so that's just more models.
Yep.
Well, it has like Fluttershy's cottage too, and everything. The interiors of the cottage, carousel boutique, all that good noise.
Yeah,
So
so,
you're-
that's a lot of modeling that somebody did.
So you
Yeah,
have a
I'm
lot
not
of
arguing,
models
Damon, which is
for
strange.
all of your, normal and maybe not so normal SFM needs. So
I farted.
thanks, Scope. Thope.
I hate it.
You did. I hate it too, and I'm not even close to you.
This is terrible. What have I done?
Now you have to sit there.
I gotta turn on the air conditioner.
All right. Well, it looks like that we'll see if our particular
Guest of honor.
guest of honor appears.
5 Iron, you bug him. You get him on Twitter or something.
I've already tweeted at him.
Oh, I'm
So
yeah.
at Anime Fest, there's still quite a few people cosplaying ponies.
Why?
Not nearly as many as in prior years, but there's some Applejacks, and there was a Equestria Girls Twilight, and I saw there was a Saloon Girl Pinky. Got a photo of her.
Cute.
A couple of low effort Fluttershies. So it's a pink sweater and a yellow skirt and pink hair, and it's the
Oh snap! There was a. I'm sorry for interrupting, but there was a performance by William Anderson and Tina Guo at EQLA.
cool.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, there wasn't a ton of vendors that had pony stuff.
I wouldn't
but-
think so.
You wouldn't think so at this point. It's interesting. It's like, yeah, it was really hot for a couple years, and now it's just like, whatever. We got gyms. We got rocks to push. Check
Yeah,
out this neat gym display.
That's something that we could talk about, the fire status over in the gym world.
I
The
am ignorant to this.
All right, get this. So there was 4chan decided to launch Battle Upon the Gyms.
Oh,
That was
right.
hilarious.
Right. So what they did is they constructed a way to annoy the gym fandom without actually breaking any actual rules of any place. So they created an account on Tumblr that was called Steven Universe Edits. All they did was they created a Tumblr accounts, and they would take the characters from the show and then just give them normal body skin tone. So they would make them Caucasian or make them black or but they would purposefully switch whatever they were. Like Garnet would be white, and they would do that. Ticked the Steven Universe fandom off the deep end. This is
social
the
justice
most. This is unacceptable. It's terrible. It was
horrible.
just sitting
Yeah,
there
so-
going you gullibles. It really has made it so that I'm just I'm sure the show is nice, but I have to imagine it has to be what people felt like that were turned off by bronies, that original come to the herd and everything at the very beginning.
Join the herd.
Just kind of this is really creepy. The rabidness of that fandom has made it difficult for me to be I like the show. The show seems like it's okay, but I just don't know if I can get around it with these. I can enjoy it with these people here.
Yeah, that is the difficulty. It's I don't know if I don't want to go anywhere near these people. Now, there's those weirdos over there that like Monster Musume.
Oh, weird.
And I'm a
No,
weirdo,
true.
but I'm not engaging in that fandom. I'm just watching this show.
I kind of want to
And
see that.
you want to hug the snake.
You
Go no
hug a
further.
snake.
Actually, if you,
Ride the snake.
there was a pretty funny article that got posted to Anime News Network today. I'll actually put that as a cool thing because I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, that was.
The so you want to hug a snake kind of thing. It's so here's the Monster Musume characters, and here's their danger and the relationship potential. And yeah, it's Poppy, it's extremely dangerous. She will probably kill you. But then, so could Mia. So could
Iron's gone.
Surya. So could Sue. Actually, all of them could kill you rather easily. So, mess around with
Don't.
monster girls at your own risk.
Five Iron has gotten bored and left the building.
Don't anything the snake.
He's gone.
I don't know. Maybe he's gotten inspired.
Ride the snake.
I like that Dakimakamaru they made.
Oh,
of the
crap.
they-
I'm back.
The 21-foot long one, yeah. It was
Wrap
impressive.
yourself
Oh, never mind. He's gone again.
Yeah, we drove him off.
I don't
Good.
know. Could be trying
Quack.
to find a Daki for all we know. But yeah, that's happened there.
Frustrating.
Anime. It's kind of unfortunate. It's anytime I get pretty big into an anime, I get into it early enough and go to cons and they don't have merch yet.
Aw, poor
So-
baby.
It's so I can't be a commercial waste of flesh and buy statuettes of my snake foo.
That's why you just need to go back and watch old animes like Naruto, and then you've got all
man.
the crappy.
That's not even. Oh, great, he's back.
I could get one of them their headbands.
Yeah,
Welcome
you
back,
could,
Fleetwood.
hell, you could get them. You could get those headbands on loan now. You could be like, yeah, you could get second-hand
On loan.
headbands.
You know, what's bad is that I think at this point Naruto Shippuden's gone longer than the actual original Naruto one.
Well, yeah, because they just sit around all day and don't do anything on the anime.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, we're old. Because, yeah, I think it's like Naruto Shippuden Season 17. Let's go.
Naruto and Putin? Is that what you just said? Well, I didn't know Vladimir Putin was in Naruto.
Let's see. We're going to go to Crunchyroll.
Whenever he punches someone, bears come out.
So let's see. Hey, Monster Musume, episode 10 in 2 days. Yeah. Oh, Gate came out. Good.
I'll go watch the Love Hina and just be done with it.
Yeah, Naruto Shippuden Season 17, episode 428. Ah.
Yeah.
Hey, Five Iron, where's our guest at? He's not even listening. Screw that guy.
Should I talk about? I can talk about Doctor Who. I just finished up Doctor Who.
Oh, did you?
8, yeah. I really like Capaldi.
Me too.
What'd you think about the Listen
Oh,
episode?
there he is.
The Listen episode. That one was interesting. I'm trying to.
Go back to sleep.
The listen. I thought was fine. It's, what's terrible. I'm trying to remember because Listen wasn't the one that stuck with me the hardest. The hardest was obviously the one on the where they had to kill the moon.
Ugh, yeah, that one.
Poor Luna.
Kill the Moon was just like one. It was a heady, like it was real heady, and then you just sat there for a while and just went, "Wait a damn second! This is so. Wait, how did it? Why? Huh?
How did it lay an egg when it just hatched?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like how did you? Wow. It just
They
feels
have
like
really... It was in an egg, and then it had an egg inside of it.
Fido Inferno, is that what you call that? Or
I
something
think
like that?
so.
that's what happens. You had the which came first, the chicken and the egg? Well, obviously the chicken already had an egg.
Okay, Wikipedia, tell me, how many episodes of Naruto were there?
Yep, Fetus and Fido.
Can we get a Google?
Wow, okay, so, no, I'm trying to find... Yeah, original Naruto was only 220 episodes, aired between October 3rd, 2002 and February 8th, 2007. Naruto Shippuden has been going since then, I think.
By the way, there is now a Princess Big Mac ship pick card.
All right.
Hot.
Yeah, I don't play the game though.
Well, I love the game. It's just one of those things that now there's so many like additional cards that I'm just like, I just don't know what I want to get now.
I don't even. Yeah, I've never bothered playing a game or anything.
It's a fun game. It's
What is it?
way better than the other than the CCG.
I don't even get it. I don't get card games like that. I play War and Solitaire. That's about it.
So there's like
Play 52 card pickup. Just be
Screw
like,
you,
"Arr."
man. We call that janitor where we come from.
Yeah, so there's more than twice as many Naruto Shippuden episodes as there are actual original Naruto episodes.
Dragon Ball Z Kai, bitch.
Nah, man, Dragon Ball Z Super with that
I don't care about that.
10-cent animation.
Let's see. I've been playing more of the Amazon Pony game.
Yeah, have you made friends?
Okay, so here's the thing. I think it's broken.
Of
Because
course it is.
I made friends on the first day, and I've continuously gotten friend requests, but I am never receiving any like hearts anymore, which kind of sucks because there's characters that I need hearts for. So I'm kind of like I have a feeling I've got a good like 10 people on my friends list,
That's what you
but I'm like I know that some of you have to still be playing, but I'm just not getting any gifts, and sometimes the leaderboards are kind of weird. So I think Amazon's having some problems with it, where like friend request stuff isn't happening. But I mean, it's still fine. The level progression is still super weird, and it's like, hey, you still need a bunch of gems for stuff, and gems are still super hard to come by, but you can't really get them that easily. So guess you gotta play this a lot. It's like, goody.
You know, I love Jeff Gersman.
What did Jeff Gersman do?
Check out the stream video.
Oh boy.
Whoa, what's going on?
Is Jeff Gersman on our stream?
Yep.
Hey Jeff, how are you doing?
He loves his country and fears his government. Hashtag chemtrails. Follow the bunny. It's how they keep the nanomachines inside, man.
Chemtrails. Love it.
Pegasus chemtrails.
That is...
Yeah, you know, Rainbow Dash is an agent of the equestrian government. She is actually spreading chemtrails over Ponyville. You think that rainbows are natural in the air? Nah, man. Rainbow's liquid. Rainbow Dash, though?
That's considering some of the discussions in a particular chat the past week, I'd rather not go into Rainbow Dash's liquid right now.
Ooh.
I'm not the one who
having
went
these
there,
chats.
Scope. What kind of
Oh.
chats are you in? I don't know.
I don't want to be part of your crazy role play.
Period. Free pony. That's all.
No, God, no. No, X-Nay. Wop, 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 wop.
That's
Welcome
what
to the
you
show.
did.
Welcome to the show. We didn't say that at all.
We did.
So, go away,
We're
Scope.
here to, welcome to the show. We're here to let you know our
Oh,
time
no.
is now.
That
Yeah, you're right. It's now. You gotta wait another month for it to go.
Ah, Scope,
What?
go away. Stop
Okay.
it. Stop it. All right. Well, let's see. We'll tell you what. While we stall for a little bit more, should we do an email?
Yeah, let's do an email.
All right, let's do an
We got
email.
an email. AC,
not-
read an
if-
email.
I'll read an email. You can always email across to us at bronyville@gmail.com. If after this email our guest is not here, then we'll figure out something going forward with said guest. But let's do this. Our email comes from Oblivion, who sent an email across to bronyville@gmail.com. Which you can-
Yay, emails.
Greetings, Bronyville. This is my first time writing to you in almost 2 years. In my last email, I mentioned that I wanted to listen to your entire podcast from the first episode before the end of 2013. I didn't catch up until almost halfway through 2014. Oops. There's a number of things I want to talk about regarding some of the previous episodes, so this email could be lengthy. First, thank you, Chef Sandy, for making Ponies with Hats your one cool thing back in February 2013. It was the first time something I've made ever got mentioned on Bronyville, and that made me super happy, even if it is my least favorite creation. Second, I flew to a Fiesta Equestria in 2014 and had the most amazing weekend of my life. Flying from New Zealand, the trip cost me $2,000. Ouch, but totally worth it. You guys have given a lot of advice to first-time convention goers in the past, which I was sure to take into consideration, and I'd like to thank you for that. It really did help a lot. There are so many panels that we wanted to go to in the beginning, but in the end, we spent most of our time at the con just hanging out and making friends and driving. Lots and lots of driving.
Yep, gotta go get that Texas barbecue and or sweet tea and or stuff.
And or all of the above. Cobbler. Get some cobbler.
Booze.
Let's see, another thing mentioned in a previous episode was the takedown of Epic Rage Time. I was actually the lead animator on the project. There's a lot of talk there. Too much for an email. All I can say for now is that Hasbro was not involved in the takedown. No need to freak out about C&Ds. I'm going to leave this here. Have a great evening. Best regards, Oblivion, co-founder and lead animator for Nightfall Studios.
Okay, cool. I didn't recall that Epic Rage Time had been taken down. But
we may have talked about that.
I'm sure we have. I mean, there's only been 190 episodes or so. So
Only
we've
50.
talked about a lot of things over the past 5 years.
Yes, we've got over... I calculated it back like in the 150 era, but I was like, we have easily over a month's worth of audio. And so
Yeah.
that's obviously like a month and a half at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're full of words, let me tell you.
We are great if you are trucking and want to truck forever.
Yep. You can truck from one side of the country to the other and not have to stop listening to us for some
Five
reason.
Iron Friendship keeps on trucking. There's your episode title.
Toot toot.
That's more of a train, but all right.
Dun 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 dun. Just start doing the Thomas J.
Yes,
Thanks, son. Where'd you find that? Dun, 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 dun. Wah, wah.
yes, do the Thomas the Tank Engine.
With the smoke weed every day. No, God, those videos are so
yes,
silly.
Just do that. Well, we are quasi stalling and hoping for time, but it looks like that our guest is probably not going to be able to make it tonight. If we are able to worm it in between the time that this gets posted, we will obviously we'll edit it in. You won't hear us you'll hear us being awkward before now, but we'll edit it in. But more than
It kind of goes with the territory.
yeah, I mean, we're awkward as is.
Double awkward.
We're a bunch of 30-somethings here on the Saturday night, spending it talking about My Little Pony.
I could be at an anime con listening to some Japanese band belt out songs that I can't understand.
Those are the best.
Yeah, I mean,
It's good to have options.
and just shoving Pocky down my gullet.
Which you can get more like inexpensively, like online or
Yeah, actually, I probably
at
could.
an agent's.
That's for casuals.
Well,
I don't know what Pocky is. Keep
it's
hearing it talked
basically
about.
it's chocolate
Cookie
dip
stick.
pretzels, cookie sticks. They're really tasty, and it's like go-to otaku chow. You can actually buy it at like Target and Walmart usually. It's like $1 a box for the small box. And they don't have the weird flavors occasionally, so it's like 2 for $5 for the 2.7 ounce packages, and they're really tasty.
They're hard to stop eating because it's
Yeah.
it's simple just to open the box and pour into mouth. It's just
And the thing is, because it's all a little, it's a bunch of individual pretzel sticks all together. You take one at a time, and the bag seems to last forever because there's so many pretzel sticks.
but you still sit there for 15 minutes destroying each and every stick.
Oh no, I did that during a couple panels today because I bought 2 boxes and was just like, this is my convention sin. Oops, sorry.
Just
Yeah.
destroying Pocky.
Actually, I wonder if you can. All right, we're gonna go to Amazon.
Are we? Ooh, dangerous times.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
the page for you show it.
Yeah, I did. Like, okay, friendship game, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Elder Scrolls, ponies, acoustic foam, Princess Luna. There's actually nothing in here that's vaguely objectionable.
Actually, let me see. I'm curious about that. Everyone load up Amazon. I want to see what your recommendation.
Oh, check this out, guys. Look at that. Oh, movies included with Prime membership at no additional cost. Motherfucking Space Jam! Also,
Alright.
Nintendo games, iPhone cases, Marvel collectibles, anime nonsense. Yeah. Ooh, I got myself a little pretty dress. I'll be the
Alright,
prettiest Willy.
So my top picks are an iPhone car mount, a Garmin driving recorder, a SanDisk 64 megabyte stick, and writing for comics. The DC Comics writing guide.
Let's see.
Okay, so I'm
And that's
looking.
the more top picks for you area.
Okay, so we're looking at grocery and gourmet food Pocky. Let's see. You can get the 8 flavor pack of Pocky, which is the green tea, double chocolate, strawberry chocolate, fruity blueberry, fruity strawberry, white, and banana. So that's a pack of 8 Pocky for $20 with free shipping. Or you can
So
get.
where's this at? If I go to myamazon.com.
Just Amazon.com. It'll
Yeah,
be
it's
there.
your front page. And actually, I'm looking at this. So like the regular Gilco chocolate Pocky is $1, but like the Panda Pocky, which is basically white and dark chocolate mixed together, is $5.39. So actually, Pocky is not more expensive via Amazon than it is actually to buy during the. Oh, let's see. That's pack of 10. So that's like $3 a box. Yeah. It turns out that you can't really get Pocky online cheaper than you can at the Anime Con. That's kind of sad. Because yeah,
there's
the
ways.
Pocky cookies and cream 1 box product of Thailand, $3. and it was 2 for $5. So then again, I'm probably looking at the wrong spots. Like you can get 14 things of random candy for $30, or Japanese classic candy cookies and snacks, 20 packs for $30. What does it get you? You get like Pocky and Haichu and wasabi peas and Choco Baby.
Choco Baby.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got Amazon pulled up, and I'm just going to hit some of the highlights going down the page here. Got a bunch of movies, one of which is the original Ghostbusters, which yeah. We've also got some apps, Candy Crush for some reason. Looks like Memory.
Yeah, there's the more top picks for you is good because it's collated to like the specific stuff that it thinks you're going to want. Like for instance, it's given me here Quilted Northern Ultra Plush Bath Tissue, 48 double rolls.
Hey, you buy that and you don't have to buy shit paper for like 2 years.
It's pretty much like, why do I need that much?
I found the tab now. I've got the first one is the Fourth Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. The second one is the Fourth Doctor's scarf and hat. Next is a pocket watch. Let's see, we've got a whole bunch of Doctor Who stuff.
Have you bought a few Doctor Who things?
Apparently so, and now it's getting into manga for some reason. I don't even.
A lot of graphic novels for me and Lysol disinfecting wipes.
Yeah. Now my recommendations are all like, hey, Pocky, you should buy some Pocky.
Go buy
Pocky.
some.
I have a lot of apps on mine for some reason because I never use the app store.
What's this
Please go use our
Okay.
app.
Friendship Through the Ages box set? What the hell's this?
Okay, so I have an Assassin's Creed cosplay costume. Apps. Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade. Apps.
More Assassin's Creed.
Apps. Assassin's Creed Swordbreaker Dagger. God, apparently I look for a lot of Assassin's Creed stuff on.
I guess so. I couldn't imagine why.
It's just that and apps. So that's all I have.
Let's see. Actually, let's look through some of the odd pony stuff here, since it's got linked to F. I found the My Little Pony Equestria Girls Friendship Game hardcover book. So written by Perdita Finn. Going to be out October 6th, 2015 for $5.60. You too could buy the book. Ooh, and there's a Sunset Shimmer book. Hold on. Oh God, this picture. Oh, and you can buy this one now. Also by Perdita Flynn, My Little Pony Equestria, My Little Pony, Equestria Girls, Sunset Shimmers, with the apostrophe, Time to Shine. It came out May 5th, 2015, with a very odd-looking Sunset Shimmer. I need to link this, just because the image for it is so bizarre. Hold on, let me get the stream up and drop it into the stream up chat so you can see. It is an odd book that I've never knew existed. The oddest looking Sunset Shimmer.
Sunset Shimmer's Time to Shine. It actually, okay, it does make the image slightly larger. Perdita Finn. Boy, howdy.
Yep. And then there's the Best Friends box set by Hasbro as the author, as well as GM Barrow as author.
I love to draw. My Little Pony Equestria Girls.
The Art of Equestria hardcover art book coming out on October 13th, 2015.
See, that's actually interesting.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's go through all of Amazon's listings, kids.
Octavia with Octavia. There we go. We are stalling for time, but I think we might just shrug and maybe if we can get an interview with him later, we can just slap it in.
I sent a link for the art book because that looks really interesting.
Yeah.
So let's see. My Little Pony, The Art of Equestria presents for the first time a deep exploration to the art and illustrations from this beloved animated series, Friendship is Magic. Beginning with the show's premiere and taking readers through its 5th season, the book offers an amazing collection of the art and design that brings this wonderful series to life.
Including also examines the intriguing fan culture, including the fan art movement inspired by Friendship is Magic, with a rich array of conceptual art, episode storyboards, and memorable scenes from the show. My Little Pony: The Art of Equestria is the ultimate guidebook, collector's item, and fan keepsake. I'm actually going to order that once I'm not streaming, because I would be like, I'm going to type my stuff in and people can see my address and
Here's
never
my
mind.
credit card number. Woohoo!
That crap's all stored.
Yep.
But
No, it'll be interesting. And the back of every book includes one neckbeard clipping from. I like Applejack. She's my favorite.
My Little Pony Art is Magic. It's the second. It's a paperback and is more expensive than the other stuff. All right, cool.
It's a cool thing.
Yep, those are cool things. Why don't we just move on to cool things, and we may do
We love
some
cool things.
audio sorcery. Because it's weird, I keep thinking it's Sunday, but it's not.
Nope, it's Saturday. Matter of fact, you have Sunday and Monday to relax.
I know, God. Well, I'm actually going to get to work on Monday, because
Hey, our guest is here.
What?
Our guest is just typing in our chat
Oh, hey.
as soon as he, hits the button.
Oh, cool. Well, we could actually have a chat with our guest. Yay, our stall
Yay.
worked.
Don't you hate it when you go into the bathroom and your stall doesn't work?
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, there he is.
you know.
Hello?
Yeah,
Oh.
Bob.
Hello.
Oh, I'm so
Welcome.
sorry, you guys.
No, that's
You
no
know.
problem at all. We did an epic job of stalling for you, so you are...
I just want to add that creativity is like constipation. It's great when it's flowing, but sometimes you just have to sit down and force it out.
That's a great thing.
That's a shame.
You'll get a hernia.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Haber.
There you go.
Awesome.
This is your introduction to our fantastic show.
Award-winning podcast, much less.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Where's my now? There I am.
Oh, there we go.
Well, it's trying to.
Oh,
anyway.
I
there
have
you
to
go.
hit the accept
Yeah.
button. Yay! We have a Josh Haber.
Yay!
I haven't even been able to eat dinner yet. So
Oh,
Hey.
no, go for it.
what's going on?
Oh, doing a show. We're having you on here. You look great. I will
So,
say,
like ponies.
I guess, sure. Josh Haber, the writer of many My Little Pony episodes as well as other things. And I have to say, I think the best looking person in the writing staff.
Oh,
Oh, hey, wow. That's saying something because Mitch is one handsome dude.
Nah, you got him beat, sir. You got him hands down beat. You got a charm to you, I have to say.
Mm.
See
It's
that
a good thing we don't brown nose on this show at all.
See,
so.
no, I'm just saying that Larson, he puts himself out there. You know, he's to everyone, he's number one. But you know, you keep it special. You keep your friends close. After.
You're saying I'm elitist? Is that what you're saying?
No, well,
pretty much.
I mean,
That's exactly what he's saying.
This just in. Bronyville exclusive.
No, I'm just shy. Larson's just an extrovert. That's really all it is.
it's true.
Yep. He goes out there and puts his mark on literally everything.
Yeah.
And then everyone. Let's see. So, who has the details on our guest here? Because you've done a good number of work. You're an actor as well as a writer. You've been credited in many different things, as well as I think the first time that we came across you was with the My Little Pony episode, the Castlemania.
That was my first episode.
And
Yep.
I think that was our first introduction to you, and we were all like, "Holy crap, this
Ooh.
is super
Ooh,
good!"
This idiot, yeah.
Well, actually, it came a simple ways, but
Right. Sure.
No, that was a hell of a first episode, though. It's certainly like, hey, this guy can do a decent-looking adventure episode with fighting and stuff. It's actually like...
Well, so now, yeah. So you've done a couple episodes. Now you're more of a regular writer on the series. Would you say, is that right? Or
Yeah, I'd say that. I mean, more to come, but that's in the future for you guys, past for me. But
Mhm. Well, you got even the Equestria Girls coming up just in a few weeks here. That is your
Very exciting.
main your main right on that, which that's super exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited. They're doing a premiere in New York, and I'm going to the premiere
Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
neat.
in like 2 weeks.
So they're
So,
actually doing at least that theatrically.
Well, they'll do a couple of premiere like things where they do it in theaters, but I don't think they're going to do a wide theatrical release. They'll do
No.
very limited release.
Well, the last two were also like kind of limited. They were in a bunch of theaters, but it wasn't like massive, like nationwide or anything. There was only like a few
Yeah.
select theaters in every state or something.
Yeah, it's not like Frozen or anything.
Well, yeah, in Texas, the closest one, when the first one came out was like 90 miles from me. But the second one actually had some showings here in Dallas.
Oh, cool.
But the last two, there was also like we could like pre-order tickets like months in advance too. So this is if it's going to be if it's going to be like a theatrical release, it probably would have done it by now.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think. I think coming soon to a DVD near you is
Yeah. Well, Discovery Family first, and then a DVD.
right.
So now, as far as like being able to write on this one, how did you sort of because Megan McCarthy's written the first two movies. How did you get main writing credits for this one?
My
Uh,
fights.
Yeah, she was just too busy.
Okay.
Okay.
But more than anything else, her duties and the scope of what she had to do just was sort of just getting too much for her to for one person to handle, and they were looking for someone else to take on the next one, and I guess I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, well, now that she's been uplifted to be head of what girls television development for Hasbro or something similar like that. Yeah.
Yeah, she's running a bunch of stuff at Hasbro. I think she's basically an executive now.
Oh,
She's,
that's she's climbed up the ranks there. Oh, that's
Step
impressive.
up in the world, nice suit and tie.
yeah, exactly. She's running things.
Now I know you can't obviously give us away like details or spoilers or anything, but how has writing for this movie been different than the standard episodes? Anything process-wise or?
Yeah, I think in the episodes and in the series, the Hasbro Toy Company they have asks where they're like, hey guys, for this season we're developing this, we have this new play set, so make sure that, the season story arc ends on this play set. Every once in a while they'll have things like that. But for the movies, I think it's there's more. There's a lot more. So they have, because each little DVD, they have a whole series of things that they plan on selling toy-wise that sort of goes with it.
So many dolls.
Yeah, exactly. Dolls, outfits, play sets.
So
And they tell you that going in, and they're like, so make sure everything you write has to do with this.
Oh.
Not to bite the hand that feeds, of course, but in the process of writing for various shows, not necessarily the one you're working for now, could you give us an example of an outrageous note you may have gotten?
Like how the hell do I fit that in?
I can't really, because
Okay.
it's such like a not because they don't exist, but because there are so many, and it's such a part of the process now.
Just wipe it from your memory. You're just like, oh god,
It's like
they want them to turn left there. Why does it matter?
It's just
Because they drive by the Princess Twilight Sparkle Crystal Castle place set.
Right, exactly.
I mean,
But we spend so much time with those ideas and then integrating them into some sort of cool, coherent, compelling storyline that by the end of the process, we're not even thinking about them as toys anymore, because we've developed this cool story around them. So now we're just trying to tell a cool story, and
yeah,
I kind of forget what the original impetus was.
that's kind of the best way to do it. I mean, at its heart, Pony is a toyetic TV show.
Extremely.
And so, I mean, with the Pony show and with the Equestria Girls, they're all like, buy our toys, and it seems to be doing a very, very good job. And so Hasbro's pretty happy with that.
Well, with the show, like that train has become an integral part of the show.
Yeah.
For sure. And like at the beginning of I mean, I wasn't there, but I heard stories about Lauren Faust was dead set. Like, she hated that Friendship Express with a passion. And, but it eventually, but Hasbro was very much like, we need a vehicle, we need this toy. And so it's going in there, and it went in. And at this point, like, it's the main mode of transportation between towns.
Yep.
It sort of fits seamlessly into the world now, and
It's better than that toy of Applejack's truck.
I know. I was about to
We haven't
say.
seen the cars yet. Yeah.
Her, the concession was just like, listen, you don't have to put in the truck.
Now, they did have those weird fruit and vegetable shaped vehicles in the Bab Seed episode, but that's about as far as they've gone.
Well, that was a parade flip.
Yeah,
True.
that's acceptable. It's not a truck.
It's not a truck that's shaped like an apple. It's
not
a
a-
standee of Twilight in the back.
It's not a Chevy S10 or anything.
Yeah.
I guess it's not that bad if you can put up with cars for a moment, then you might get up or inside out afterward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not having the unfortunate situation of like a Calvin sticker on the back of Alvin's truck, Just something is ridiculously just like, wait, where the hell did you get that? I don't know.
Now, as far as the with the movie, were you involved like any of the writing or like this prep for like the other movies as well, or were you just brought in for this one?
You mean the first two
Yeah.
Buster Girls movies? Yeah, I mean, I was around while Megan was writing them, but no, I didn't have any input on those at all.
So they weren't done like sort of like the group setting that the other episodes are? Because I know in our previous discussions, you mentioned that it's a lot of people in the writer room like sort of spitballing ideas, and then one of you sort of gets picked to do that specific episode. Am I
Yes.
remembering that correctly?
Yeah, no, that's how it works for the episodes. But for the Equestria Girls movies, it's a different process. You don't have that room at all. It's just one writer goes off and writes it, and then there's still the same back and forth notes with the toy company and with the creative executives at Hasbro Studios and with DHX, and everyone has sort of input, but it's not that kind of room feel that the episodes or the season of the core show has. It's a different process.
So with that, did you have more like sort of creative freedom as far as the plot of the movie then, or the writing of it? I know obviously you still had to make Hasbro happy, make Geeks happy, have all those notes and everything, but did you have more sort of free reign to say this is what I want to do with it, more so than you see with the episodes?
Definitely, they came and they said, well, this is sort of the basic arena that we want it to deal with, and what's a good story? They're asking me what's a good story to do within these like school settings, and so I pitched a couple of things. The basic premise of like friendship games they kind of had in their mind about like some competitive thing between schools. They sort of had that in their mind, but I kind of pitched out all of the what the actual story would be. So
Friendship on motorcycles with archery. Yeah.
Instead of Perfecto
That's all.
Prep, it's Crystal
there's
Prep.
no toys in there at all.
Yeah, I know, right?
No.
I'm just going to go ahead and assume it's the Triwizard Tournament and just go with that.
Yeah, and when
That's not a bad.
when Sunset Shimmer gets killed by Voldemort in the end, it's going to really wreck some headcanons, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Look, when Darth Vader is revealed as the headmaster of Crystal Prep, it's going to go friggin' it's berserk.
Really, it was surprising the Disney tie-ins were that, when Sunset started singing "Let It Go," it was just kind of odd.
Oh, you guys didn't hear Disney has brought Hasbro now? So
Oh, okay, awesome. Let's do this.
Great.
That means that we got Disney princesses now.
Then
Awesome.
the TARDIS just suddenly appeared, which is really
Oh, man.
It's all my crossover fix come to life.
And then Sonic the Hedgehog met Twilight Sparkle.
No, we've gone too far. We've gone too far, Sam.
Oh, yeah.
William Shatner, but no, I'm sorry. You.
Then the Enterprise shows up.
Yeah, then the Enterprise shows up, and then Kirk and Picard get into a fight.
And then Q, dressed as Discord, not the other way around.
No, it's just.
I hope you're taking notes, Haber, because this is
Yeah,
all gold.
we're very good writers.
that's fantastic. I just have record set on my computer. So
Yeah, exactly.
Did you hear what these idiots on this podcast? Hold on, let me just play it back to you.
Never talk to these guys again. Okay.
We have a blacklist. If not, make it right now.
Yeah, but I really want to see Kirk and Picard fight, though.
Have you guys seen
Besides
that
ponies,
meme?
obviously.
Have you seen that meme where it talks about how ET is in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's the extraterrestrial people in the Senate, and then it goes to the movie, and it shows like Elliot playing with Star Wars figures, which makes no sense.
And then E.T. recognizes the kid in the Yoda costume.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to do.
And then,
Just
and
wrap
then,
it.
he goes over the moon because he's a Jedi.
Yeah, follow the money.
That's about.
All right,
That's all the spoiler we have for
it's
this.
exclusive. ET is in Equestria Girls Friendship Games. Gotcha.
And he has a lightsaber.
We can read
Exactly.
between the lines on it.
He and Sunset Shimmer battle with lightsabers.
Yes.
Follow the money. That sounds great. I expect 11 out of 10, and this will be the movie of the year.
And then, as it turns out, Cadence is actually Emperor Palpatine.
Oh man, friendship lightning. Let me tell you.
So
It's very
besides
weird
ponies-
when Shining Armor threw her down the mine shaft.
She didn't fly this time, did she? So now that we've completely derailed this,
Yeah,
what we
that's
do.
I didn't know there were rails.
no, there's not really actually rails.
We're kind of off-roading here. So, besides ponies, other stuff that you're writing now that you wanted to let us know about, or stuff that you can't talk about that you're writing?
I mean, there's tons of stuff that I can't talk about.
Hey, you know, NDAs. You live and die by them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing that I can. There's nothing new I can talk about.
Well, I would like to say that Bloom and Gloom was my most favorite episodes. At least there's that.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I didn't. You know, obviously it's that sort of Groundhog Day idea. I didn't know how well received it would be, but I tried my best.
That one was a lot of fun.
You
Just
got
like,
ending to the CMC Lunar trilogy.
Right.
and then the whole in the dream world, Scootaloo realizes this and that she can fly there, but not in the real world. Sad fic.
I just wanted to see her open up the wrong door. It's like, I shouldn't have shown you this.
Excuse me.
Hey, here's
I
a
just
question.
I like
for you.
any opportunity where Big Mac gets to talk a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you can make it happen, you know.
Yeah.
Has to be justified though. Dream world logic makes sense to me, but
Oh, of course. Especially when he's, his voice would come out through Applejack and Granny Smith as well.
right.
We don't like non-apples.
That's good. Don't let Peter hear you talk like that.
He's secretly stolen Peter's voice. I'm sorry to tell you.
Nope. Hey, here's a question. I'm looking at your IMDb, and I don't know how accurate this is, but it says you were an assistant to Mr. Gibson on Passion of the Christ. Is this correct?
God, I wish that were a joke.
What did
Are
you
you
do as an
serious?
assistant to Mr. Mel Gibson?
I was Mel Gibson's assistant for about 10 months.
What, would you just get him coffee or what?
No, I was in Italy during filming Passion of the Christ. I was like in with him.
Oh.
When I started out working, like after acting and before writing, I actually was on the executive track. I was an development assistant at a place called Mandalay Pictures, and then the woman I worked for got hired by Icon because they wanted to do that's Mel's company. They wanted to do a TV division. And so I went with her, and I worked there for about 6 months. And one day Mel came in, and he like looked around the office, and he just pointed at me. He was like, "All right, you're my assistant."
Okay.
And I was his assistant for 10 months until I got fired in Italy and sent home.
How'd you get fired from Mel Gibson?
I don't know.
It's NDAs. You live and die by them.
Yeah, I didn't do anything specific. Maybe either I didn't do a good enough job, or I was just too Jewy. I don't know what it was.
Oh my God.
You went there before I did, Mr. Haber. Yeah.
I mean, at least you always have that story of like, I was fired by Mel Gibson, right? Like that's at least around at a bar. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. And this was before all he had sort of the crazy sort of blow ups on, where before any kind of the really dramatic stuff came into the news that he was,
Insane.
Mel Gibson.
But yeah, look, he's a really decent guy. He's got a good heart. he always tried to do right by me. So I don't have anything bad to say about him.
Oh, sure. It is just kind of the other side of a coin of someone that, once they get portrayed one way, it's like, oh boy, yeah, that's one part of their, it's not like one day a switch gets flipped and it's just like, now I'm evil, now I'm totally this terrible guy who you thought yesterday was really neat. It's just it's another side to a human being.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, he's had a very interesting life. So there's no surprise that he is sort of where he is today.
Not like there isn't a collection of weird people in Hollywood.
Right?
Speaking of Mel, I just watched Expendables 3 last night, so that was fun to see.
Oh, I still haven't seen that. Was it good?
It was an Expendables movie, so
Right. Was it everything you hoped
it's
for?
it's like just like non-stop, just like shooting and amazing stuff. So it's like if you're looking for just like turn your mind off and watch guys blow shit apart, yeah, it was like 10 out of 10. So, but it's I've always enjoyed those movies just because they're such dumb fun and just insane action. So they knew exactly what type of movie they wanted to make. They made it, and they made it 3 times, and success that way 3 times. So, and Mel Gibson plays a good bad guy in it too. So, but yeah, I recommend it if you like crazy action movies.
I do.
So,
All right.
any Expendable stuff like happened in Question?
Yeah, all of it. Wesley Snipes actually makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Terry Crews pop out with an Old Spice bottle, just screaming at everybody.
And I wouldn't expect, but having Blade come out and take out the vampires that are threatening Crystal Prep. I mean, it's a great twist. You wouldn't expect it, but with Hasbro being bought by Disney and you got Marvel, Blade's part of Marvel. There we go. It's all coming together. Follow the money.
The A-Team tie-in with the tank was really good too. So
Yeah.
Wait, did Hasbro get bought up by Disney?
I don't think so.
No,
we're
no,
making
I
up
was
stuff.
We're just making things up because we're
I know
terrible.
it's been talked about forever. So
Yeah.
We can always do Wizards of the Coast stuff and have them play Magic.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, the nerds at Crystal Prep are all playing Magic in 5th edition.
The cards are actually weapons.
They're all gambits.
Is it
Yeah, exactly.
and the Disney tie-in comes back. There we go.
So that would be pretty funny, though.
So wait, none of you guys are actually at Equestria LA this weekend.
We are not,
Nope.
unfortunately.
Me neither.
We're off at our various portions of the country.
All right.
Well,
speaking of conventions,
Oh,
Speaking
great
of
segue.
conventions, yes, indeed. I think there is a convention that you are, in fact, attending here in the tail end of October, Mr. Haber. On Nightmare Nights Dallas.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
yeah. I am on the books for that. That
You
one
are
is
indeed. We've even bought your
It's
airfare. We're excited.
I'm excited too. I'm super excited. We're doing. I hope we're doing that meat dinner again. 'Cause that
Oh,
place is
yes.
fantastic.
We are indeed. That is one of the staples of our convention. And
I love that.
Can anyone still do the steak dinner there, Sandy? Is there any more? Is that full up?
that is, in fact, full up. We have it's 1-to-1 with the guests, and then they're +1s, and then Bob gets to take everybody over to Fogo de Show, and I get to stay at the hotel because really spending $50 on the meat faucet for me after having my surgery would be a total waste of money.
I'll drive you to Hard Eights.
Yeah. But yes, we are doing the meat faucet, and there's also the social with the open bar and all that fun stuff too. So it's
I look forward to all those
We
things.
took good care of our guests, and yeah,
It's always such a great time. I mean, yeah, I had a really great time last year, and Bob's awesome. So yeah.
yep, we're looking forward to having you and the rest of our guests. We've got a couple more people to announce after this, but we're pretty much slated for another big, exciting year of Nightmare Nights.
Yeehaw.
Has anybody
Yeehaw.
else been announced?
After you, we've got a couple of your colleagues and one more writer, I believe.
Sweet.
So yeah, we've announced all of our VAs, and we've announced the comic folk, and you're the first show staff person we're announcing, and then we have 3 more that are getting announced the next couple weeks.
I
Awesome.
only knew of 2. What's going on? I should know this stuff.
Yeah.
Web pages will need to be updated shortly.
I already posted on Twitter about Mr. Haber here, so it's.
Yep.
I just saw that fly by.
No one will pay attention to it, so it's fine.
It's like, oh, Bronyville exclusive. You should tweet AC. Be like,
Pay
oh,
attention to us.
we're special. We get exclusives. It helps because I'm the con chairman of Nightmare Nights. I wonder how that worked.
Really? I never
Yeah.
knew. Oh, this is strange and unusual.
Wait, you do stuff beyond this? Weird.
Oh
Oh.
man, collusion. There's so much collusion here.
I'm just retweeting your tweet about me.
Oh,
Yep.
there you go.
It's out there now.
Tweetceptions.
Yeah, we'll be
Wow.
putting our press release
So,
out tomorrow.
Well, Josh, one thing I always like to ask is I like to find out what what other people geek out about. Like you do a lot of this pony stuff, but what are things that you're into? Be it books or TV. Like what other things are you really passionate about?
Well, I mean, look, I am of a certain age where I can't say geek without, it's like Star Wars,
Yeah.
Wolverine, like that. I'm very upset that the whole sort of mutant end of Marvel is not under the same umbrella as everything else. I mean, not that the X-Men movies aren't great and fun and good, but the fact that the mutants aren't in the same universe as the Avengers is pissing me off.
They can't even say mutants.
Yeah.
They're just advanced humans.
Augmented humans. Quicksilver's not a mutant. He's just really fast.
Augments, we had those in Star Trek. Come on.
Brett
Just-
Ratner.
And they're just, I guess, the Inhuman thing is what they're gonna. That's gonna be their new version of mutants because Fox is never gonna let it go of mutants ever. So
Well,
I
the
don't know,
Inhumans
just-
were something different, weren't they? They were aliens, weren't they?
yeah, but there was this cloud chemical that I guess.
Whoa, Sandy, you're getting a lot of background noise.
I haven't done anything.
It's just it picks up your air conditioner when your air conditioner
Oh,
comes.
sorry.
Sorry.
Also,
Good job.
Josh
Good
completely
job,
cut
Josh.
out.
Apparently, there have been Inhumans on Earth forever, but they haven't been activated, and there's some cloud of some chemical that activates the
Because
stasis.
someone
and come
driving
out.
by.
It's an Inhuman driving away from
Yep.
Alpha's house.
Should they know?
But so to answer your question, Star Wars, X-Men, D&D, like those were the staples of my sort of geek upbringing.
Where are the Cheetos?
All right, then, in that date, who's your favorite superhero?
My favorite superhero?
Or top three?
Pick your favorite. Pick your favorite child.
I mean, it's like everybody's favorite. Every male my age, like it was always Wolverine and Logan forever. Like, and that I
Yeah.
feel like I can't say that anymore because everyone has already said it before me.
You don't have to feel like you're being stereotyped here. It's okay to like a thing.
But yeah, I do like that thing. But like it's weird, but I really liked. Do you guys? I don't know if you remember. There was, and I honestly don't know what became of the hero after I stopped reading. But do you remember Dazzler?
Yeah.
The
He was
craziest.
in the video game.
Like she's like a rock star who turns sound waves into light, and to the point where you can make lasers and stuff like that.
Didn't
For
she
some
turn into
reason-
Songbird?
Is that what happened? I have no idea.
I'm trying to remember that.
Quick to Wikipedia.
Right? But I always like that. God, but I don't know, like my favorite superhero. I don't know. It's hard
So
to.
Logan and Dazzler.
Oh, you know what? Moon Knight.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I like
think
that if
that's
I type if I type in Dazzler, the first suggestion is a Wikipedia page for Dazzler, the fictional character. For the non-lethal weapon, see Dazzler weapon. Let's see. She had her first appearance in 1980.
remember that.
And she is apparently still a character.
Still
but
alive?
yeah, she's still alive. The character was on the cover of Secret Invasion X-Men #3, and the comic art looks relatively recent.
On that kind of same vein of 80s heroes, whatever happened to Jubilee?
She's still around.
Is she?
Yeah, I don't know.
She hasn't done anything since the 90s cartoon.
Did
I
she
think
move to
she's-
the UK with Nightcrawler and be part of Excalibur, maybe? Or
I think so for a while, but I think she's supposed to be in this new apocalypse movie.
Well, welcome to our uncertain X-Men podcast here, where we tell you all the things we think maybe might have happened, but
All the stuff we're not sure of, you can listen to.
You can listen in and be as uncertain as we are.
Mm-hmm. Ponies is really just a jumping off point.
It really is.
I mean, because we like ponies, that's something we all can agree on. But there's other stuff. Let's talk about. Like, I'm just like,
we can play some
she's apparently alive in pretty much all of her incarnations.
She's the one that hasn't died yet.
I'm sure she died.
I'm sure she's died, but she's an X Factor, was an Extreme X-Men. She was in Agents of Shield, the comic, I guess.
Had to be the comic, yeah.
Oh, so we all right, so you had that. So I know that you mentioned, of course, the basis, and it's quickly coming here, the new Star Wars movie. We can talk about that a little bit. Oh, look at that.
Okay, all right. I need to know, and it's important. There is a correct answer.
Okay, all right.
Are we pro crossbar saber hilts, or are we against crossbar saber hilts?
Look, I think
You will be
Stephen
judged.
Colbert had a really good explanation, and you can look it up. It's on YouTube somewhere, and I'm in. Like, he convinced me.
I agree with
completely.
Steven.
Yeah.
Everyone uses Steven. Blast it.
Because Steven's right.
because it's logical.
Hey, if Stephen Colbert knows his stuff, and he explained, Lord of the Rings in a very, very concise and correct manner. That man's not wrong.
And according to Steven, he is the original Star Wars fan.
I will
The original
simply-
what?
I will
He is
counterpoint.
the original Star Wars fan.
I know.
Like,
I know,
in his
but
explanation, he says that he was the first one to ever watch the movie because he got to a pre-screening.
I'm sure. He
Oh.
did. Okay. I will counter with this, and I'll leave it here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is what they're doing with the toys. Okay, this is the actual
God,
photo I
yes.
took today of the back of the box of all the lightsabers.
Yeah.
You take your lightsabers and you stick them together. I'm just saying.
I like that one with all the lightsabers pointed back at me. It seems real effective.
It's cool.
It's the light fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you even do with this?
I don't know.
All right.
I always
I'm
thought.
relying on J.J. Abrams to explain it all.
Listen, I always thought that something really awesome to do with lightsabers would be to make a gauntlet and make little lightsabers around each knuckle, and you could have lightsaber fists.
It could
So
be-
we're just back to Wolverine.
yeah,
Just a
Well, I
rather
don't mean like claws coming out. I mean like
Oh.
brass knuckle style wrapped around your
Oh.
fingertips. That
God.
way, you just psh, anybody swings a sword at you, you just punch it away.
That's cool.
So, Josh, if you ever get on the Star Wars team, I never said this. You're totally available to use this idea. Just saying, it never happened.
yeah.
The odds of me getting on Star Wars are slim.
I'm looking forward to the
100%.
new movie. All I've seen are the toys, and I'm like, that looks cool. And
I
like,
like that
what's
TIE fighter.
what's the deal with Captain Phasma? Why does she have chrome stormtrooper armor? Wouldn't that make her stand out even more than the white armor?
It's reflective. You can't see her.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the thing. The chrome is reflective of blaster bolts. There we go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's shiny.
She's a
You get
mirror.
to
You
see-
just only see yourself in it. You never see
Oh,
her.
yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, that's all I gotta say. I mean, I'll admit I was there, like midnight screenings of 1, 2, and 3, just as much. So, I mean,
Sorry.
Got-
Yeah, sadly, me too.
Got to swim down with the Gungans.
hey, I gotta say that the opening to 3 really like scratched the giant space
I
battle
wish-
itch.
I wish they started with that one. I just.
What? Didn't you like the
yeah.
pod racing scene there?
No.
So I'm looking forward to the new movie. I am. I'm hoping it does well. I mean, come on, it's got Han Solo back. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know if looking forward's the right word. I am.
cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I'm so eager for the wounds of the past to be healed that I'll take anything. So
Yeah.
Surely they
I'm
can't
hopeful,
screw it up twice, right?
Right?
I mean, that's impossible.
I mean,
And
everybody.
It turns out to be another and it turns out to be another Fantastic Four.
Oh man,
Oh.
we
Well, I
don't
know
talk
that-
about that.
Bad
know-
scope.
I know that supposedly the actor for C-3PO has gotten out there
Anthony Daniels.
Yeah, Anthony Daniels, and he's been like, no, this is the best one yet. Like, seriously. And this is in the same breath where he's going like, yeah, the prequels were pretty crap. Like, if you're being that honest that like the 3 movies before that you worked on were crap, and you're saying like, but no, this one's really, really good. I'm like, all right, I believe you.
I
Does he
just
mean
want
the
the new.
best so far of those 3, or does he mean the best so far that bear the Star Wars name entirely?
That bear the Star Wars
Consider
name.
that Anthony Daniels has been in all 6 prior to this. So I mean,
Like I think he was so happy because he was just like the moment that he said the day on set, J.J. Abrams was just like, "Yep, we're going to practical effects," and he's just like, "Thank God." He's just like he was so annoyed at just all the like gratuitous 3D imagery, throughout the last movie.
We're not going to see the severed head of C-3PO get reattached to a battle droid and then walk through a obviously CG fight scene where it's like yelling at people. I enjoyed that part so much.
What about the
What did you
pair?
say?
The pair.
Pear. Oh, the
It's,
floaty pear. The floaty pear. I
yeah.
know what you're talking about. It took me a second, but I'm there. Oh, God. I hate sand.
It's Carson 6 to everything.
not like you. You're soft. God. It's so bad, but it's stuck in our psyche. We're just flashing back to those terrible moments where Hayden Christensen tried to act.
I just feel like that there was just a point where, just George Lucas pointed to a writer and be like, make him say something real poetic here. Like, I don't know, sand's rough and you're not. Do it.
Well, here, since we have an actual good writer here with us, tell me, Josh, when it comes to these like bad performances, like when you see these situations, because they had Ewan McGregor, Liam Neeson, Natalie Portman's like, and giving how much can you do with bad script, and how important is solid writing and making sure characters have different voices?
I think, I don't know. As an actor, I am a little prejudiced because I feel like good acting and good directing can make a good movie out of a bad script. I don't think you can make a good movie with a good script and bad acting.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Continue, Josh.
And that's true. I think you need to have, I don't know, even with like really good directing and a really good script, you could probably have a okay movie if the acting was bad, but you wouldn't have such bad acting because the directing would be good. I don't know, but I do feel like the most important thing is the acting. Really, really good actors can make shitty material sound good, but not. But then there's the sort of whole structure of the story, which the actors can't control at all. So then you're sort of reliant on the director. I don't know. I don't know. I guess you need everything to be good.
It's like who's in charge of polishing the turd?
Yeah. What are the odds of having everything be good though?
Yeah. Well, it's like the script. Always seems like the basis. Like you had to have like the good part there, where lines don't sound like crap. Like you're so much softer than sand. But at the same time, a character who can actually deliver that line, and a director who can stand up and make those actors say it the right way or accept good work, and so on and so forth.
Well, like in the hands of like a really awesome actor and awesome director, I don't even know if that line would stick out in your mind is so stupid because you would have bought it at the time. But yeah, but the way it was is not so much. So I don't know. It's all important. I think the thing about writing is it's the cheapest part. Like make that good. It like no one's standing around getting paid waiting for the script to be like write the script. Pay someone to write the script. Take your time. Do a good job, and then start the movie. Don't start the movie so often happens, and it happens because this actor we wanted to get only has this. They can only film this movie during December, so I know we haven't started a script yet, and it's September, but you have to write a script in 2 months because this actor's only available then. And there's studio pressures back and forth to get things done in a certain time. So I understand why it happens, but it feels like the easiest part would be to get a script that's in good shape and get it ready by the day you're going to start shooting, because you only have one person doing it. You're not paying like a crew of people and actors and stuff. I think it's once you're in production, it gets much more expensive and harder to fix things. So,
Right.
Well, who's one of your
like writing in general? Oh,
Well,
go
I
ahead.
was just going to say, who's one of your favorite writers right now?
me. No,
Yeah. All right, good. Thanks for that.
I don't,
Give
yeah,
me a
honestly,
mark.
I just like I don't who do I really admire? I mean, it's gonna sound weird because it's not part of what I do at all. But are you guys familiar with David Simon? He is a television writer. He wrote The Wire
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
on HBO, and he just recently wrote there was like HBO did this miniseries about the not Pony. This is not Pony at all, but it was about the mayor in a small town in New York that was fighting low income housing being put in, and whatever. He does these sort of gritty, sort of urban stories, and the way that he is able to convey so much story and character in such short little bits of dialogue is incredible to me. It's something I kind of aspire to be able to do. So that guy.
He did The Wire. He adapted a nonfiction book, Generation Kill, into an HBO miniseries
He also did Homicide: Life on the Street.
oh wow.
after working 12 years at the Baltimore Sun.
Yeah. He's a
I-
talented guy.
Bet he's seen some shit.
I bet he has. Seems like
Yeah,
he's
and
probably
He's
full.
just really good. He's just his ability to create a whole world in a sentence is unparalleled. It's really impressive. So it's a kind of writing that I would aspire to do if I had the time.
Are you gonna
Well,
write some
since we have,
homicide
like, so many-
stories for ponies?
Yeah, why not?
Well, you just
So I know
instead of the shield, it's just the shining armor. Because
Oh my God.
Cutie marks a shield.
Just the Apple family has to diversify their portfolio a little, so it's the terrible. They have to start dealing out pairs. It's really
Oh man, those things are banned in Equestria.
Selling
So I
cider,
guess
selling cider on the corners.
Oh man,
Oh.
selling cider to underage fillies. It's terrible.
dark days. Dark days.
That's
well, since you're
First sips
talking about who
free.
your favorite,
I'll
you're
go
talking
out.
about who your favorite writer is, and going as far as like the fandom has a lot of people who do writing fanfic, and also people who probably want to do this professionally as well. What sort of tips would you recommend as far as writing goes? Because we just talked about how to make a shitty script and crappy actors and everything. Like, what goes into being a good storyteller or coming up with a good story?
Making the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like how to be a writer, I would say really the only thing to do is just write as much as you can. Just write all the time, because you'll only get better by doing it. In terms of like how to come up with good stories, I mean, that's just going out and living life and being influenced by things and seeing and reading and participating in as much as possible. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just like my background is from, reading comic books and playing role-playing games and watching movies. So it's like, but now that I'm sort of a grown-up and a parent, it's sort of like just going out and living. I get inspired by so many things that happen every day. That my kid will say one thing and I'll be like, you know what? What if we did a series about like a zombie shaped like a lollipop? That's a fantastic idea. But so yeah, it's just sort of going out and experiencing the world and then writing it down, like as much as you can, because really the only way to be a writer is to write.
Yeah, there you go.
Fantastic.
What's it like for you to see like a finished product, like an episode air, the like one you've written? For example, like Bloom and Gloom. What were you? How did you feel when you saw that for the first time after all was said and done?
It feels it feels pretty great, honestly. It's when I have written a script and I read it, all I can see is the stuff that I don't like, or the notes that people made me take, or I see the things that I don't love. But a year passes, and then and then they animate it, and then it goes up, and they do the record, and I watch it on television, and it becomes this whole other thing where,
Right.
as it should, because it's a collaborative process, right? I mean, my contribution is one small part. But when I finally see the finished product, it's amazing. I don't know quite how to describe the feeling, but it's like,
It's definitely an accomplishment feeling, right?
yeah, yeah. But it's also this kind of knowledge that, like, wow, my contribution was just this one part of it, and look what it's become now. It's this whole other thing thanks to all these other creative, talented people. So yeah, it's really amazing to see those people do stuff based on something I did, which is that's exciting. It's fun.
Here's the question: how are you? Let me see if I can phrase this correctly. Who got you onto ponies? I mean, who brought you onto who discovered you and say, "Hey, you do this show for us"?
Well, I had been trying to break into writing for a while. Like I said, I was sort of on this executive track, and then I went and worked for Mel. And then after that, I was still on it. I went back and I worked at HBO as an assistant for a little while. And then I knew I wanted to write, and it just wasn't happening. So I left and got a day job, like doing QC on DVDs while I would write during the day. I just wasn't able to break in. I started off, I thought I wanted to do 1-hour dramas, and I thought, no, you know what? I need to do sitcoms because that's what I always want to do. So I started to do half hours, and it was just really hard to get a job. And a couple of friends of mine had been doing really well in animation and kids programming. And they said, look, we know you can write, just write us some specs. So I wrote like a Batman Brave and the Bold. I wrote a Clone Wars spec. I wrote, God, I don't remember what the other one was. I wrote a funny one too, and I don't remember what it is. But anyway, they took the specs that I wrote, and they gave them to all the people who were working on shows at the time, and among them were Megan McCarthy, and then this other guy, Henry Gilroy, who is he's the story editor on Star Wars Rebels right now.
It's a good show.
It's a great show. And he was the story editor on Clone Wars for a period of time. Then he left, and now he's back doing Rebels. But he hired me to do a show that he was working on called Kaijudo. And I actually, at the same time, Megan hired me to write Castlemania. So basically, from the specs that I wrote, the friends that I knew gave my specs to people that they were working with, and they responded, and we met, and they said, yeah, here's your shot. Write this episode, write that episode. And I wrote them, and it worked out. I was just lucky that I happened to have a friend who was doing well, and that my work, that I was, able to do a good job for Megan and for Henry. So.
And has writing become a full-time job now based off of that, or?
It has for about the past 3 years is sort of, that's my full-time gig. Yeah.
And so you went from just a normal, obviously still working in the industry, but from just a regular style desk job into actually going into writing. That's, as someone that is also feels creative, that's very commendable.
Yeah, I mean, it took 10 years, but I got there.
You found a way.
Yeah.
A different avenue, but you found it.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? Like, I really enjoy it. I don't know that if someone came up to me today and said, hey, do you want to come and write on, I I don't know, some 1 hour drama that I wanted to write on at the time. I've been like, no, you know what? I'm kind of enjoying the kid stuff. It's really fulfilling. So
we had Jay Fosgood on, and he was stating like how a lot of his like earlier works were very kind of gritty and raw because they're usually like the stuff that you make in high school and you like that. But he was finding kind of the similar thing of like, hey, it's actually really fun to do this lighthearted, kid stuff.
something
But
earnest
it's still
and
all
positive.
it's
kind of cool.
it's still all ages friendly too. That's the thing. I mean, everyone can read the comics or watch this show now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
I think
actually talked about that. Sorry.
No, what were you saying?
No, I said because we at BronyCon we're at a presser with guys who do the comics, and they were saying the same thing of doing the all ages comics and how much more enjoyable that is, and how it's becoming more and more of a bigger medium that more and more writers and artists are trying to get a part of as well. So it's interesting to see that we're sort of going that way collectively.
Yeah, it is.
The
I mean,
Pixar effect?
it's like every 20-year-old dude wants to do something dark, gritty, and important, and then like
It's
everybody
cool.
wants to do like Memento. Everyone wants to do like that, like cool thing. But then I don't know. It's like you get so burnt out thinking dark all the time, and it's really kind of a relief to go like, oh, well, you know what? Hey, there's this whole other side of the world that's positive and fun and encouraging and supportive. Maybe I'll get involved in that. Like, it's kind of fun to be positive and to be able to have a wider reach, like you're saying, and all ages sort of. It's kind of nice to be able to have your work, have people from every sort of corner respond to your work. So, yeah.
Here's a question from the chat. Have you ever watched something and said, what the hell did they do to my script?
No, but I mean, my stuff has been changed drastically, but I've always been part of the process and kind of been aware of what was happening.
They don't just drop things on you.
No, but that does happen. I've just been fortunate that it hasn't happened to me where someone was just like, oh, you know what? I don't know what you did. We're going to redo it and not tell you about it. Most of the time, people have involved me in the process. Even if I haven't been involved in the actual rewriting, they've sort of told me, like, all right, here are the things that we didn't like, and here's what we changed. But I definitely know, like, some people have done stuff where their name shows up in the credits and, like, they didn't write any of it, like, because it just had to be completely rewritten and whatever.
Didn't Mitch say that about the season 3 finale? Because it was supposed to be a series finale, but they changed it to be a season finale.
I think that sounds familiar.
Yeah, the Magical Mystery Cure one.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. But that kind of stuff happens all the time. They don't determine that they, oh, you know what? We're going to continue with the series. They'll tell you like 2 weeks before. So,
Yep.
Surprise!
Get on it.
Got signed on for a 4th season. Let's do this. Like, oh, what?
Yeah.
We were gonna just explode everything and take care of all the characters, and oh well.
Everybody dies, but I guess not now.
Twilight's
exactly.
turns out that the entire tail end of there was just Twilight's final thoughts as she'd been vaporized. Whoops. Darkest sketch.
It happens the other way too. It happens the other way too, where you're like, oh, this is the series finale. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess that's got to be even worse, like the
Yeah.
Firefly treatment, where you're just like, but there we could, if we knew, we could have wrapped that up.
Right.
Oh, series ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Well, Josh, thank you very much for coming on with us tonight. I said we're going. Some of our guys here are going to have a great time with you there at Nightmare Nights. You have been an absolute pleasure, and we're glad that you were able to have dinner with us.
Hey, I'm so sorry I was late, guys.
Oh, no problem at all. This has been a great interview with you, and I'll make sure that some of these jokers here harass you there at Nightmare Nights.
Fantastic.
That's the plan.
What was for dinner anyway? What were you eating?
Leftover Chinese food.
Okay.
Hey, that's great.
That's the official food of Princess Celestia, leftover Chinese, isn't that right, Skip?
Yep.
No, well, that's just nasty takeout Chinese. Doesn't have to be leftover.
All right. But it's even
It has to be
better.
lo mein. It's got to be lo mein.
All right, Josh, thank you very much. You're welcome to head on out and enjoy the rest of your evening if you so wish, sir.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming
Glad
on.
you could make it.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hooray! It worked.
Yay!
We had a good interview with a Josh Haber. All right, and that will take us now to the end of the show and take us to our one cool thing.
Yay! The ride's almost over.
Yeah, you get to that wrapped up all very, very well. Nice, pretty bow on top. So now let me go ahead. Remember, you can go over to BronyShow.com, BronyvillePodcast.com. If you want to see the one cool thing, if you want to see any of the news links, the stuff that we talked about earlier, you can go over there and see all the information. Also, you can go over to the Ponyville Live site. It copies all the stuff across to it. So if you like using that and using their app on an Android, iOS, and all that, you can collect it all there. But now let's go to one cool thing. My one cool thing this week is, man, these clouds, man. I was kind of in the mood to be like, I love looking at radar maps, but
Yeah,
I really I wanted something kind of Google Maps and a little bit more interactive. So I found
Can't click on
this.
it.
Oh man.
It's
Check
a
it
world
out.
view of the currents of the ocean or the clouds. So this is a full 3D view of the current map of the world. If you actually hit the little Earth down there, Sandy, you can change the style of the map.
Oh,
the way it
man.
comes up. You can select even different map styles.
Wait. Over Hawaii, isn't there those 3 hurricanes that are going on right now? That's
Yeah.
unprecedented.
So you
Oh,
can
good.
you can
Yep,
take
we'll
a look
look
at
at
that.
that. There's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Yep, and all these are pulled from the National Weather Service, or some of the different oceanographic. You've got the ocean, you've got particles in the air. You can overlay with the wind. It doesn't have like the clouds or the radar, which it's a little bit sad. But you can see
There's
so
not a
much
lot of
of, like,
wind
the other stuff.
over, Russia.
How do you zoom out? I can zoom in, but I can't find where you zoom out.
Yay! Look at that.
You should be able just to mouse wheel it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm using my my.
How's the wind over Saudi
touchpad, so-
Arabia? It's windy.
Yeah, the particle one's pretty crazy because you can see like all the wind blowing through the Sahara, blowing out into the ocean. Like there's just some really crazy stuff that you can see with this, and if it's just kind of like this really nice kind of. I almost feel like I need some like smooth ambient music to go along with it.
From Kenny G.
Yeah, well, I don't want to seduce the map. I just want
You
to.
want to play? You don't want to play Songbird? Baby making music.
I don't want to make a baby to looking at a map of wind scope.
Why not?
Is this your time? Is this what you do when you take girls out? You just go like, "Oh,
well,
baby, let me show you my wind map."
We'll have it. At least you'll have a smart baby.
Yeah, we're gonna zoom into U.S.
You gotta engage in coitus during the local on the 8s on the Weather Channel.
Yeah, you got to
It's
make.
gotta be every 10 minutes on the 8s. You gotta go at it.
You just. This is how Scope makes sure that he weeds out only the smart ones, because at least
Yep.
one half of the relationship needs to be so.
Yeah, it's gonna be
You like
moist and cloudy
meteorology,
tomorrow.
baby?
Take it. Moist and
Hey,
cloudy at
chemtrails.
70. Yeah. That's right, baby.
Thanks, Scope. Dope.
Next.
Winds at 5 miles an hour, so I'm gonna take it slow.
I got a pretty cool remix of the final boss music from Splatoon that I thought was neat. It's
I've never
squids
played
who are
Splatoon.
kids. I've not been either, but it's good.
You sure?
I liked it. What do you got, Alpha?
Okay, so I've talked about these guys before. This web series called Men at Arms, where they make cool real-life weapons out of stuff we see in comics and games. They've done a couple like Assassin's Creed Hidden Blades, but they made a pony weapon. So they actually made a chamfron for a pony, and they actually put it on a pony, and they paint the pony like Rainbow Dash. It's
saw
pretty
that.
funny.
Alpha, I thought it was kind of dumb.
Oh God, I'm looking at it right
It's just
now.
the fact that they did it.
It is pretty, and if you look at the review, like you look at the thumbs up, thumbs down rating, it's like half down.
Yeah,
Like the
it's
number, they
bad.
just got just destroyed. But yeah, it's kind of like
So
why did you
basically,
make-
they just gave her a head armor with a spike.
yeah,
Narwhals swimming in the ocean.
because when I think Rainbow Dash, I think a spike on its head.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. That's silly.
You know,
This is not as cool as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's unfortunately not really. But I mean, it's a cool thing. It's neat that
Nice
they
try.
did this. But when I saw
tried.
it, it's like, hey, why don't you make like a Rainbow Dash battle axe?
that would be
Gold
cool.
star. You tried.
How would
In
a
fact,
pony wield a battle
They made
axe?
something for a pony. It was just that.
Yeah, it doesn't deserve all the vitriol that it gets, because there was a lot of people going like, oh God, you did a My Little Pony, God.
No, it's dude, it's YouTube comments. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
You too, poop.
So
So you click on that alpha.
Champions
Say what?
Online free for all, huh?
Yeah, I can't get my City of Heroes, and the chat option is just basically Civilian Simulator. So I have fallen down the Champions Online Nexus, and it's actually it's okay. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would.
That sounds like just dealing with it. That sounds.
I am slowly coming to grips that it is not going to ever come back.
Sounds like painful acceptance.
Painful,
Wow.
resentful, spiteful,
I'm looking at
scorn-filled.
the 5,479.3 hours on record. Not recommended.
Yeah, it's pretty disappointing.
It's
but
nickel and
it's
dime.
superhero.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
nickel and dime. Yeah, it is a borderline
It's-
pay to win.
It's a questionable cool thing. It's a
You know what?
one questionable thing beyond the diseased, sickly cash cow. And it's like,
Oh man.
not
That-
recommended 2,379 hours on.
But it is still better than the DCU Online.
Yeah. Superheroes
and-
are so hard to do as good fodder.
They did it one time really well.
I think Five Iron just really needs a spandex simulator, because that's what this is obviously about. He needs some sort of just like
He can just play shower with your dad. Simulator.
Well, the camera only goes, waist up. And then, of course, I've got, and moving along because we are about to get overscoped here. The other thing I have is Friendship is Gaming. FriendshipIsGaming.com. Plugging that again because it is a lot of fun and it's a great community that's being built by the lovely guys at Equestria Daily. And
They've got
Tony
267
Roy.
members. I should go promote myself and be like, hey, watch my videos.
Hey,
They're not-
Silver Eagle's just all over the friggin' status updates.
Wow, what a surprise.
He can't unlink his Twitter. He keeps trying to unlink it and it keeps linking back something in the code.
he's
Funny
the
stuff.
one that coded it though. Collusion.
I
Follow
don't
the
think it
money.
was him.
Follow the money.
Anyway, those are my two things.
Game Room Alpha. Follow the money. All right. And Scope.
Money.
Has a couple things.
MTV released Liquid Television, the archive.
Oh my.
For
Oh,
those who
wow.
don't know, Liquid.
Why?
Well, then you go on the site liquidtelevision.com and says service unavailable, so it crashed. But
Oh,
for those who don't
it's
know, Liquid
playing
TV
music. Stop.
Yes, it's an autoplay. Watch yourself.
Professor Allergy sent
But
me.
for
For
those who
God's
don't know,
sake,
Liquid
it's
TV is
2
basically-
auto-playing videos.
Oh, God. Well, I don't have autoplay enabled, so yeah.
Try it again, Scope.
But yeah, no, yeah. For those who don't know, Liquid Television is basically like what Adult Swim is, but way back when. It was a bunch of weird, creepy stuff. Aeon Flux originated on Liquid Television, basically. But y'all are too young for that. So
Yeah, really.
And the second one is a meme that comes full circle.
So the death of a meme is when it sees itself in the mirror.
Let's just say it's John Cena announcing.
John Cena.
Yeah, no, it's John Cena announcing like another member like to the WWE team in it. Well, Sandy's playing it. You'll see.
Miz,
Da, da, da,
I got news
da.
for you. You're way.
Whatever. It's a video. Go see it. We're not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
wait for people to see it.
Plus, content ID.
But yeah, that whole thing.
This video has been claimed by MTV, WWE.
You will make nomoney.com.
It's okay. We don't make money anyway. Bronyville isn't a YouTube partner.
I went to one of our things. I saw a video. I saw a commercial in front of our video.
But we're not actually monetized.
But why? Wait. But what if we were monetized?
Because
I'd be very disappointed.
Don't go for affinity. Don't. Okay.
It would take us an eternity. Just be like, and we got 5 shiny nickels. This
all right,
episode."
I'm just gonna say, let's see. Gonna go to YouTube Video Manager in a separate window, so it doesn't pull up
No,
on.
don't hurt me on the recording, sir.
No, okay, so 272 subs, 15,602 views, lifetime video earnings, last 28 days, $1.47, but lifetime, $15.54. I'll get that YouTube check in like 3 years, maybe.
You're gonna expect that little placard on your wall, whenever it comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll pay for a month of City or Champions Online.
Now, if Seth would ever get around to posting my goddamn for candy audiobook that I put out over a month ago at this point and sent in, that'd be great. That was good for a whole bunch of subs.
He's too distracted with velvet bat ponies. That boy ain't right. We know he ain't right.
See, I should.
All right.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here. Let's go. As always, thank you all listeners of all that are listening to this. If you are over on iTunes picking this up on the download, if you're over on YouTube listening as well, hello and thank you. We love every single one of you, and we want you to subscribe or to continue downloading, and especially leave us those thumbs up or those stars or whatever you do on your particular service. We love to hear back from you. You can email across of us at bronyville@gmail.com. Since we are doing emails now, you can send those across to us, and if you send us an email, we certainly will get back to you. And, find us, bronyshow.com, bronyvillepodcast.com.
And on YouTube at Able Cider.
Able Cider, yeah, I need to fix that. Yep. Anyway, Alpha, thank you very much, sir.
Absolutely.
5 Iron, thank you.
Alzy.
Scope.
Thanks, Obama.
And Sandy.
You can count on me.
I do, and thank you all for listening this week. We will return next week for an episode 190. I will be out.
191.
191.
191, I mean. 191. I will be out for... all right, fine. I just won't be here next week.
That's fine. We can watch the episode without you.
Because I've got a lot of drinking to do on Friday, so much so that I'm probably going to get an Airbnb for the hangover I'm going to have. And then I'm going to hockey, because hockey's returning. Yay!
I prefer pony recording. Pony returning is better than hockey. Sorry.
Hit the button!
Oh, God, the Daleks have arrived. All right.
Hit the button!
I must hit the button. We will catch you all next week for episode 191. Until then... Sleep well, every pony.
Adios.